Good morning. I need another day. That was not long enough. I need another day. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so not organized. I don't feel like I'm. Anywho, today is Monday, March 16th. And it's Monday, March 16th. The land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land. The Lord is with us, fear them not. Numbers 14:7-9. Representatives from each of the 12 tribes were sent on a special expedition to determine the challenges they would face and the benefits they would derive from conquering the people of the land. 10 of the 12 spies returned with glowing reports of bounties to be found in the land, but that the people living in the land were many, mighty, and unconquerable. Joshua and Caleb returned with a similar positive report about the land flowing with milk and honey, but they, trusting fully in the power of the Almighty to overpower the Israelites. To empower the Israelites, strongly recommended that they move in and take the land. The 10 spies may have been realistic, but they were faithless. Joshua and Caleb were quick to remember how the God of the ancients had performed miracles after miracle to bring them to where they are now. Why could he not assist them in conquering their enemies? In short, Joshua and Caleb refused to take counsel from their fears. That's an interesting part there. To take counsel from your fears. Okay. I don't know if you could tell by my face that I'm more tired than usual or more stressed. I feel like I'm not failing, but like my strength is failing, you know? Anyways, today is Genesis chapter 42, and this is when the brothers go to Egypt to buy grain. Joseph recognized them, and he's testing them. He puts the money back in the grain, and he imprisons Simeon, and he wants Benjamin to come. Right, he's testing them. And one of the best parts is when Reuben says, if we take Benjamin and the Egyptian keeps him or kills him, then you can kill my 2 sons. And there's a movie, it's called Joseph. It has Ben Kingsley in it. Scott Mercutio? I don't know how to say his last name. Anyways, it's from the 90s. It's a great movie about this whole story. And Jacob in the movie says to Reuben, "Oh, that's a great idea. I can start killing off all of my posterity. Great idea, Reuben." And it just kind of goes to show you, like, what the train of thought of these men is, you know? Let's kill our brother. No, let's sell him. Let's... Go ahead, take my 2 sons. You know, they're crazy. Great idea, Reuben. I can start killing all of your kids too. Excellent. Oh, anyways. Motives guided by mission. Why was Joseph weeping in verses 1 through 24? Because his fundamental constitution was one of love. He perceived from a higher perspective the workings of his brethren, their weakness and yet their promise as sons of Israel, their shortcomings and yet their feelings of remorse and penitence for their vile actions. We're in 42, right? Yeah. Joseph knew that his mission was one of both forgiveness and sustenance, forbearance and redemption. He had the power within his grasp, and soon would deliver his family from the chains of starvation and collapse. Joseph loved his brethren just as the Savior, who like the heavens wept over the suffering of mankind. Joseph wept over his family, but inherent in his tears, as in the tears of the Redeemer, was the joy he discerned in his vision of the coming succor and recovery of the beloved members of his family. That's it. That's where it ends. I'm like, there's so much. I highly recommend this movie. Because it gives feeling, it gives emotion, it gives, like, it shows more of what it would have been like. How these players would have felt, thought, and acted. Come on now. Anyways, that's all my book has for this chapter, but there's a part in the movie when Joseph goes to his wife after he sees his brother and throws them in the prison. And his wife is like, why didn't you go to them? You must have been so excited. Like, you saw them finally. Like, why didn't you run to them and go to them? And Joseph says, it doesn't feel like God is ready to forgive them. Like, they haven't changed yet. And she says, it feels like God hasn't forgiven them or you haven't forgiven them. And it's an interesting point. Because though most likely he was doing the will of the Lord in everything that he did, but it's that human aspect there of, yes, he's excited to see his brothers, but also scared. The last time he saw them, they were throwing him into a pit, threatening to kill him and selling him to Ishmaelites. Like, it humanizes the story a lot. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm ready for today. I'm never ready for any day, but especially not today. O Lord my God, when sore bested, my evil life I do bewail. What times the life I might have led, arising smites me like a flail. When I regard the past of sins, till sorrow drowns me like despair. The saint in me that might have been, with what I am when I compare. Then grant the life that might have been, to be in fact through penitence, all my past years discharged of sin and spent in grace and innocence, and grant that I, when I forecast and shrink in fear of coming things, may take this comfort of the past and lay it on my imaginings. It's like it tried to rhyme. It tried. Okay. That was Genesis chapter 42, and tomorrow we do 43. I'm glad I took Sunday, like I'm taking Sundays off from these videos, because I was at church from 7 to 1 yesterday. And then, I just feel like I had no time to rest, to get ready for work, I need another day. Okay. That's all. I'll buy the ring light I want is $70. And so I'm like, maybe I just need to buy a replacement clamp. But like, there's so many other things I gotta do that it gets pushed to the back burner. So you're gonna deal with bad angles for a minute, okay? Oh gosh, okay, I can do this. I can do today. And you can do today. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.